Hey, what's up everybody? How you guys doing? Hope you're having a great day. So we haven't done a Q&A in a while, so we decided to do another Q&A today. It's a little stormy out there, so we're not surfing today. And usually I do the talking, and a lot of you guys said, we want to hear more Keely, we want to hear more their kind of insights, especially Keely because she's not in as many videos. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a Q&A today. I have just kind of random questions, and if you guys have more questions, make sure to ask them at the end of this video in the description. So what I'm going to do is in the comments, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove myself from this video, so it's Keely and Atua in the hot seat. You guys ready?
Oh.
You guys ready?
Wait.
So now it's just the voice of Moy and the Groms. I will be doing the question asking,
Is the
you
camera
guys do the
even?
answering.
No.
It's
You
not
can
even?
see the railing. It's all
Are you guys ready?
Wait, it's not even.
definitely not even.
There we go.
Alright. One more time. Alright, are you guys ready?
Yes.
So I will be the voice of Moy, asking the questions, and you guys are in the hot seat answering them. So let's start off with a question that people ask over and over and over, but we keep answering it because this changes constantly. So, age, height, weight, and size, surfboard dimension, current surfboard dimensions.
Okay.
You go first, Keely.
Well, I'm like 5'1.5". I weigh 90 pounds. My board is 5'1" by 18 inches.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 11.
I weigh about 120 pounds, and I am 5'7", almost 5'8", not quite yet. My current board right now is a 5'4", and I'm 14, almost 15. My birthday's in December
December
31st.
New Year's Eve. All right. People always ask that question, so that changes, so we keep answering it. All right, next question. This one's kind of for you, Atua. I know you have a mouthpiece for your GoPro, but my question when you surf is it must be extremely hard to keep it in your mouth while surfing, and then when you wipe out, how can you hold it in your mouth without losing it? Just like to know. Frank Pontello.
Well, the mouth mount that I use all the time, but you actually mold it to your teeth. So it kind of almost like sits in your mouth, so you can almost like not be biting on it very hard and it doesn't really fall out. And also, when I duck dive, I usually keep it in my mouth. If it's a bigger wave and I want to get a really good breath, then I'll take it out of my mouth and just hold it in my hand when I duck dive. And whenever I wipe out, I just grab the GoPro right out of my mouth, so that like I don't like hit the GoPro and it like hits my teeth or something. But I've kind of gotten used to it. It's kind of funny. Now when I go surfing without the mouth mount, I like wipe out and I'll go like this, and I'll feel like I didn't grab the GoPro, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm not surfing with it today. Turned into habit.
It's kind of like how we surf with our sunglasses. Right before you wipe out, you try to pull them off your face. It sounds hard, but it's not. You get used to it. All right, next question. You guys can answer this question. Yeah. Could you please do a video on how to duck dive? Carla Heavey.
Well, there is.
We've done. I think we've done multiple videos on
Yeah,
how to duck dive.
there's some.
Correct. Yes, we have done an actual video on duck diving, and we've covered it in other topics. So pretty much 99% of every question that is ever asked from right now, it has been covered at one point.
Most likely you can find the answer in a question in the past. I mean in a video in the past.
There is a video on like how to duck dive, I think.
All right, next question. What was the longest wave you've ridden? Freya Wilkinson. Just anything you can remember as far as like a really long wave.
Probably in Pavones, actually. Probably.
Was it a left?
Yeah, because they have like really long lefts, so I've got a pretty long left there. That was probably like my longest wave.
I think I remember that one too, yeah.
Yeah, I think I got my longest wave there as well, because it's almost like the wave like breaks along the beach and it almost doesn't get closer to the
It's
beach.
a bay. It's like a bay, so.
And the wave just like keeps breaking. I think it's like one of the longest waves in the world. I think.
It's considered the second longest left in the world,
The
I believe.
second longest left in the world.
All right, Pavonis, there you have it. Next question. Once again, for the both of you guys. Do you speak English to your family, off camera, or only in English for the purpose of your videos? Mark Conway. So I guess you could just talk about when you speak English and when you speak Spanish most frequently.
Well, yeah, we speak English like with our family. The only time I speak Spanish is probably just with my friends, I guess.
Yeah. And also, yeah, well, I speak English, of course. And then, actually, a lot of my friends, they speak English maybe because their parents are from the States. So then we just like talking English. That's why on my channel where sometimes I make a vlog with my friends, we'll all be talking English. And some people will be like, I thought you guys were in Costa Rica. Why aren't you guys talking Spanish?
Most of my friends speak Spanish.
And when you guys went to the school, you probably spoke mostly in Spanish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have both friends that speak English and Spanish, and sometimes they speak Spanglish when they have English, Spanish-speaking friends,
You don't know how to say something,
which
you
is
just
hilarious.
say it in the other language.
And you guys do it so effortlessly. It's like it's supposed to be done that way. All right, next question. Okay, this is a question this is a good question. You guys somebody looking for advice. Hey, I go surfing as much as possible, but my dad is one that takes me. I don't like going in the water on my own, but he works offshore and I'm never with him when I go surfing. I don't seem to be getting any better. I kind of feel like I'm getting worse. I have a balance board and I use it a lot. Any tips? XXX, I love your vids, X. I ride a 7-foot foam board. I am 11, almost 12 years old. Susanna Archer. Take it away.
Well, there is like on land simulation things that you can do to like practice. But like indo boarding, like stuff that can just help.
I would definitely say try to find a friend, maybe a friend or someone that you can go surfing with. Because I think when you're out surfing and you're surfing with someone else who maybe surfs as good as you or maybe a little bit better, it pushes you to strive and be better and make improvements. And also, it's funner surfing when you have someone to maybe talk to when you're out surfing. And also, it's a bit safer.
All right, next question. I'm really curious to know if you surf on the Atlantic or Pacific. Love your videos. Watching in Portugal. Tomás Puciero.
Pacific.
That was an easy answer. Yes, we pretty much only surf on the Pacific unless they're doing contests. Next. Hey, what board do you suggest for a beginner? You guys give your opinions on what kind of a surfboard for a beginner.
Well, of course a long board, but like it kind of depends if your size. But like a long board, maybe like a.
I would say a foam board could be good to begin with, but then it could possibly give you bad habits because foam board's softer, so you may end up accidentally starting to use your knees, and then when you switch to a board, like a normal board that's a bit harder, then you'll start to hurt your knees. So a foam board could be good to start off with because if it hits you or something, it's not going to hurt as bad as maybe a fiberglass board.
All right, next question. Q&A. So, do you have to wash your fiberglass board after every session? They're asking, like, do you have to?
Well, you don't have to necessarily, but we do because it's better to wash the board, I guess. Like, just rinse it.
Yeah, I would say if you're able to, then I definitely would say rinse your board off because it'll definitely make your surfboard last longer, especially like maybe the screws in the fins as well as the screws in the leash plug as well as the pieces in the leash because all the salt water on the metal will make it rust. So if you're able to rinse it off, it just helps your board and your equipment last longer.
All right, so this has been asked a few times, so I don't have a by person. Same with the last question. Oh, and that was by Surfing Sky, that last question. Okay, this is the last question before I have a question for you guys. What are your guys' plans for the future? As far as contests, as far as just, what are your guys' plans for the future? Just period, it can be anything.
Oh, I mean,
I think for me, I'll just keep following my interests and what I'm interested in. So right now I'm very interested in filming and learning about photography and filming, so that's what I'll do. And then of course, whatever I'm doing, make the most of it and have the most fun doing it.
well, as far as like surf contests, like we don't really do them that much. But like if there's a surf contest that's near where we are, we might do it. But we're not gonna like probably do a bunch of surf contests.
It's fun to do contests, but I feel like it's not as fun when you're like I have to do every contest and I
And
have to
you're
do as best as
stressing
I
about
can, and like I have to be better. Like I'm not good enough. Like then it sometimes becomes not as fun. But it's fun doing them here and there.
All right. Well, why don't we add another extension to that question? What are your guys' thoughts on becoming a professional surfer? Is that something?
Well, like, being a professional surfer is like, that's pretty cool. But like, you don't have to be like on the tour to be like a professional surfer. You could just be like a well-known surfer, and then you could be like a professional surfer. Like, I would like to be like a well-known surfer and then have like a clothing line, and then I think that being a well-known surfer and having a clothing line would like help my clothing line, I guess.
Work together. Yeah, it really depends on how do you define being a professional surfer. But I would say I like to do contests and maybe in the future try to do the qualifying series, the QS, and I mean you just never know.
All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that Q&A, mostly with the Groms answering. If you have any questions that you can think of, just put it in the comments. And I have a question for you guys. I was going to ask it on this video, a really important question, but the video is going to be too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you this important question on the next video. So make sure to check out the next video. I'm going to title it something like my favorite thing about this surfing vlog. Until next time.
Pura vida and aloha.
Be sure to subscribe.